Afternoon, everybody. My name is Peter Hicks. I'm the Executive Director for Nemtac. Welcome to our webinar. We've got Phil Wilkins joining us today to give us a little preview of his session at the Nemtac Transform 2025 in Dallas, Texas. It'll be this August 24th through the 26th at the Hilton Anatole. Looking forward to having you guys attend. If you haven't already done so, please make sure to register. Looking forward to seeing everybody in attendance in Dallas. So with that, I will take down my screen and turn it over to Phil. Phil, if you want to introduce yourself and share with us what you've got.
It's great. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate it. And very excited and honored to be here and looking forward to seeing you in August. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Blueprint for a Profitable and Scalable NEMT Business webinar. As Peter mentioned, my name is Phil Wilkins, and this is just a brief overview of what we'll share in Dallas in August. And very excited about that. All of a sudden, my next buttons moved here, Peter. There we
There they
go.
are.
Okay. As Peter mentioned, my name is Phil Wilkins, and I'm the founder of BYA Every Day. And BYA stands for Build Your Assets. And what we try to do at BYA is we connect brands to their ideal clients, and we also work with transportation partners and small business owners and help you instill systems and processes that ultimately create a profitable and scalable business that will help you build a legacy for you and your families for generations. Today, our goal is really to talk about operational excellence, diversification, and technology, and how all of these factors come into play to help you build a profitable and scalable business. Why does operational excellence matter? I mean, it's so important. And at the end of the day, I need you to really begin to think about it's not just, executing on the X's and O's, but something even bigger. It's about building trust. Prior to this experience, I was a senior vice president with Motive Care and really worked with transportation partners that help them grow and scale their business, as well as working on strategic partnerships. And one of the key things was, sometimes we have to understand what our customers are being held accountable for. And the brokers are being held accountable by the insurance companies for on-time performance, zero customer complaints, software adherence. And so all of these factors go into making up a successful trip. And so when we execute at a high level, we are actually building trust. When we do it consistently, we build trust not only for your client, but also for the member downrange and the member that we are transporting. And so I need transportation partners, and I need you to really understand that it's not just about selling your service. It's really about building trust and credibility with your clients. And so I will have transportation providers come to me and say, my volume has slipped. I don't really understand why. I need to be connected to this broker or that broker. And then when we begin to, kind of peel back the onion, if you will, we realize that they have lost a lot of trip volume, not because the broker lost business, but because they've lost trust and they're not hitting the important KPIs. When we hit those KPIs and we have processes and systems in place, it should also carry over to compliance. If you think about today, there's a lot of attention on fraud, waste, and abuse. Just a few months ago, the state of New York sent out a cease and desist letter to a number of TPs. And so operational excellence and having processes and systems in place will not only help you execute, build trust at a higher level, but will also prevent potential problems in the future. All of this lends itself to more profitability and an opportunity for you to grow and expand your business. So what are some of the KPIs that the brokers or some of your clients might be looking for in value? It could be on-time performance, it could be customer complaints, broker scorecards, compliance scores. I was actually on the team that created the scorecard at Motive Care, and so it's really important that you understand how they are evaluating your performance and how they are measuring that. Because oftentimes the on-time performance, for example, could be like a 2-year look back. And so that really talks about the consistency in operations that you have to have. And that is where I think oftentimes we miss the boat in regards to operational excellence and consistency. Some of the other KPIs that you might find important, there's the operational piece and the business side. For those of you that don't know, my background was franchising and I was in McDonald's franchising. And so I always felt like McDonald's did a great job of teaching us the operational side of the business, but not necessarily a great job of teaching us the business side. No one's going to teach you the business side. And I think that's where consultants like myself and networks like what we have here at Nemtac can really help you. What are the KPIs that are important for you to drive great results in your business? Those may be driver productivity, sales, cash flow, labor, M&R, revenue, profitability. All of these things really round out not only just operations, but business and help you be more successful. The real key, though, is how are you keeping people informed? That is the ultimate KPI, keeping people informed. And how are you going about doing that and making sure that you and your team are on the same page? So when we think about the process and of keeping people informed, it could be as simple as a daily huddle. And it might even sound something like this. Peter, I want to talk to your team before the drivers go out today, and then just quickly address the team. Hey guys, you know what? Our goal is 95% on-time performance. This month we're at 98. Great job. Really appreciate you. Zero customer complaints. And we do need to get better at 100% adherence on the software. This is something that we're evaluated on. I need your support there. And if we come through this month, I'll pay each of you a $100 bonus at the end of the month. Something simple like that can absolutely change the pathway for your business and for your success. And that's just part of how do we go about keeping people informed. What I love to do is work with small business owners and help them establish the processes and the systems in place so that they can do this on a regular, routine basis. I strongly encourage people to maybe hold a weekly meeting. Now, depending on your size, that may not be necessary. But as you grow and scale, those processes and those procedures are going to become more and more important. So it might be a weekly, monthly, quarterly review. I do encourage all of my clients to have an annual business review with their customers, or at least every 18 months. Maybe we're going to project for a 12-month period. And you know what? If that's not as strong as we like it to be, then we'll kick it out another 6 months, work really hard on the operations, because how frequently do they hear great news? How frequently do you get an opportunity to not only meet your PRM, the provider relations manager, but their director, their VP? I would do that, and so I encourage that. That was something that, was prominent in the franchising business that I think is very applicable in this market. And I would definitely encourage you to have an annual team meeting as well as an annual business review with all of your payers or clients so that you can brag about your business and tell them what you want and where you want to go. And they frequently don't hear great news. And I think if you can share that, that's an awesome opportunity in regards to separating yourself from the competition. The other way that we grow and we profit and scale in this business, as in any business, is we have to have a diverse revenue streams. When you think about the broker business tends to be lower margin. It's fairly consistent. You don't have to hunt for it. It's there, but even within the broker, we can still diversify. We could do multi-load. We could do wheelchair vehicles. We could do stretcher. We could do, ALS, BLS, all kinds of different services, but that might just be with one broker. That in and of itself is a risk. So how do we go about diversifying and reducing our exposure and our risk? And some of that may be private pay. We might work with a hospital, with a health system, and just think creatively. Who is in my zip code? Who's in my trade area? And can I go out and meet with them and talk to them about how are they handling transportation within their system? And then, another potential idea might be subscription model. I think about an HVAC company. You see people today, even car washes are selling subscriptions. Why couldn't we do that in NEMT? Hey, you know what? Pay me $1,000 up front, and I'll bring Nana home for, New Year's, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, July 4th, and Christmas. I mean, it's all possible. It's all limited or possible by really your creativity and your ingenuity as far as going out and generating new business for yourself. But I would highly encourage you to diversify your revenue streams, and we can definitely help you and generate thoughts and ideas on that as well. And then the final piece here is how do we go about leveraging technology? And I think today it's just such an exciting time period for the industry as a whole when you have AI and all the capabilities that it brings to the table. The other day, I was talking to the CEO of Bambi, and I was asking him, I said, why aren't people really utilizing the technology to its fullest? And he said, quite frankly, a lot of folks just don't trust it. And when they are working on their schedule, they may be working on one trip, or one van or whatever else, or one vehicle, but AI considers the entirety of the trips and all the entire fleet and for that particular day, week, and month. Now, I'm not, naive enough to say that there probably aren't bugs that need to be fixed. But I see a lot of transportation partners, and I never will forget, I had one gentleman when I was with Motive Care, and I was asking him one day, I said, well, how you feeling? What's going on? He said, I'm burnt out. I said, why are you burnt out? And he said, I work on the schedule till like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. And I'm like, well, is it automated? No. Plus, I like doing it. I could do it the best. But, if you are really wanting to grow and scale, you've got to use every tool and every resource at your disposal, including the people on your team. And so let's take advantage of the technology for growth and scale. And, I think it will ultimately save you a lot of time and resources. And if I can help you in any way, like evaluate, the software and make the best business decision for you, more than happy to do that, because it's so important that, you take advantage of these opportunities and you leverage what is at your disposal to grow and scale your business. So, as I mentioned, this is just a brief overview of what we're going to cover in a lot greater detail in Dallas. But, operational excellence, build the systems and track your KPIs, diversify your revenue, and utilize technology for growth in order to build and scale your business. Small changes equal a big impact that ultimately will help you build your assets, BYA, and NEMT. So we're going to, I guess, open the floor for questions. These are ways that you can connect with me. We have the QR code, and that will take you directly to my website. And if I can help you in any way, feel free to just fill out that information, and let's set up some time on our schedule so that we can briefly chat. But Peter, I'll turn it back to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Phil. Definitely appreciate that. And looking forward to being able to hear more about ways people can build their assets.